Good morning, good afternoon to all of us, all of you, and welcome to another week of April, the last week of April, April 26th, I think it's today. It's Monday, a new opportunity, new beginning, new everything. I've had a very interesting Monday morning. How's your morning been? I've been in multiple phone calls. I had a webinar, and my morning started very interesting because I had a phone call from one of our clients, and it actually made me, I don't know how it made me feel, but he actually called me to tell me what to do. And because I was telling them I cannot do that because this and this and this, and because these are the repercussions, and because this is your tax liability impact, this client kept asking me the same question in different ways. And my answer kept being the same. He got to a point where he said, well, I Googled this information and you're wrong. I was like, I took a step back and I told him, hey, my job is to study, analyze, and tell you what's the best course of action to minimize your exposure when it comes to taxes, when it comes to tax evasion, when it comes to internal controls, when it comes to keeping you compliant. If you're not going to follow my advice and you think Google is right, you're more than welcome to find another advisor that is going to listen to what you tell them what to do. I don't think it's us, nor me, the right person to advise you and consult you moving forward. Well, his reaction was, no, I want you to continue advising me. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you for telling me the things as they are. I don't know if he's going to move forward with why I advise him, or if we're gonna let him go. At this point, it's up in the air in our part, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if you can relate to that. I'm pretty sure you can, even if you are in the restaurant industry. I have had experiences in the restaurant industry where the menu says no substitutions, but you come and tell them, hey, instead of chicken, I want fish. Well, the menu clearly states no substitution because if the chef intended to serve you chicken with that recipe, you should probably look for another fish item in the menu. I want to touch a very interesting topic, and I'm pretty sure you're getting the glance of where we're going. When you need an answer to a question, where do you go? Do you go to Google? Do you go to other persons, which are your employees, your peers, your neighbor, your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife, your kids, or your advisor? Google, yes, it might be the first place where everybody will say, oh, let me Google that. Ooh, let me Google that. Because Google has 20, 30, 40, 50 years of experience as your advisor, or because Google has every single freaking fact that needs to make the right assertion. Those are the pros. The pros are that it's really quick. Hey Google, tell me what's the best loan for my business. Boom, there it is. You have 100 million options.
On the website business.org.
Look, Google is answering because in our house, in your house, we have Google. Are you listening?
Funbox, best for low credit.
Hey Google, stop. Thank you. You heard that. Google immediately answered me. Isn't that the best, quickest option that you have? It took me less than 5 seconds for it to tell me all those options. It's faster than your advisors, and it's faster than other people. Whether was it right? No. Which are the cons? Inaccuracy. Because I told them, or I asked them for a very big question. It's opinions based, okay? So you know Google works on algorithms. Google works on multiple formulas. And Google is going to give you, first of all, the options who pays them the best. Then the options as to the majority of the people that use Google utilizes. Okay? And another con about it is that it's based on people's stories. Okay? Each story, it's different. Even though you might think that they are identical, they're not. You need to compare apples to apples, pears to pears. Yes, it's a very utilized phrase, apples to apples. But in every case, you must compare apples to apples. Now, the second option would be other people. Hey, let me seek opinions. Other people's they're gonna tell you their opinion based on their experience with the topic that you're asking for. Okay? The pros of you asking someone else because you feel comfortable reaching out to them, it's because they're familiar, they're your family, you trust them, so you're gonna seek opinions. Which are the cons? They actually might not have the credentials to advise you. Hey, you're not going to seek spiritual advice, or I hope you don't, from somebody that does not have the experience in spiritual healing. If I'm seeking spiritual advice, I might go to my priest, my rabbi, my sensei, my whomever, but they have credentials. They probably studied years and years and years, and they have a doctor's degree in theology, and they have a doctor's degree or a certification on spiritual healing. I don't know. Okay? So, they're going to give you opinions, not advice. And I've said multiple times, seek advice, no opinions. Why? Advice, it's going to make you move out of your comfort zone. Okay? It's going to move you to do things that you're not comfortable doing. Okay? And opinions, if you seek and gather opinions, you're going to take the one that best suits you. Like this individual from this morning. I kept telling them, hey, this is not right. You cannot do this and this together. No, but my friends from here and here and here are doing it. Not because they're doing it, it's right. So for him, it was better to seek opinion than the advice from a professional. When I advised him against it, and I laid down the repercussions, which would be tax evasion, legal implications, he immediately stepped back and said, okay, fuck, I'm going to seek advice. What is the difference between advice and opinion? I already tell you. Opinions are made based on beliefs and stories around the topic. And advice, it's a thoughtful thought, logical, analytical, that has been studied. Okay? So that's two different things. Completely different. Now, number 3, an advisor. Shit. Advisors are expensive. Yes, we are expensive. We are not a commodity. Yes, we are freaking expensive. But we're least expensive if you fuck up by seeking and implementing opinions. That's the difference. Which are the people seek advisors when they want to grow? Advisors, we are educated, hopefully, okay? Hopefully, we are educated. We have a lengthy experience in the topics that we advise on. That's a huge difference, okay? We have credentials. We can prove them. We are formal. We're not just sitting down or not doing anything. We're formal. We have an office. We have a website. We have means to prove that we are real. We have formal training. We keep ourselves educated on a constant basis. To hold and keep licenses, we must continue educating ourselves year after year. For us at Invictus Advisors, we have been studying the CARES Act since it was drafted. We have paid thousands and thousands of dollars for our coaches to instruct us and enlighten us in the nitty-gritty topic of the CARES Act. Not because you read or see things online and on the SBA website and here and there. It's the truth. You need to be very critical on knowing what is truth, what is not truth. Hey, people online are telling you the name of the recipe. They're not giving you the ingredients, nor they're giving you the instructions as to how to prepare your recipe with those ingredients. That's what we do. We learn, or we know which ingredients to utilize, when and where to implement them. The pros of hiring or consulting with advisors is that we know the subject inside out. If you ask me something right now about the CARES Act, because this is the most relevant topic that we are facing right now, I can tell you immediately the truth about it. I can tell you immediately my experience based on over 100 loans, applications that we've reviewed, analyzed, created, and helped our clients apply for. We know that several banks have closed already. They're no longer accepting applications. Yes, the SBO is saying that the lenders are accepting applications, and Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, US Bank, all those big banks are accepting applications. No, they're not. They're not accepting applications. So not because it's online and SBA tells them to, they're going to do it. They're free of doing whatever the fuck they want. Okay? That's the second pro. That we know the practical things of each matter. We know because of our experience. The cons, and I already said it, you might not trust them. You might not trust our advice because, let me tell you one thing, it goes against your belief and it makes you feel uncomfortable. That's one thing. And the other thing is the money. You don't want to cough up thousands of dollars up front so we can save you millions or $100,000. That's the problem. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to Google? Are you going to seek opinions? Or are you going to look for advisors? And I'm going to end up today with a quote, as we've been doing. Opinion is a medium between knowledge and ignorance. Wow. Opinion, it's the medium between knowledge and ignorance. Plateau. See you tomorrow. I hope you have an amazing week. Make it worth it. Make it great. Go out, seek advice for any questions that you have.